Everyone loves the idea of making money while they sleep. I mean, who wouldn't want to wake up to an influx of cash creeping into their accounts? We all do. Thankfully, while the idea of earning passive income may seem like a pipe dream, it is possible for anyone in the world to create passive income. Today I'll show you how you can start creating passive income by changing your approach to life. Once upon a time, there lived a very skilled blacksmith in a small town in the present-day Denmark. Let's call him Vulcan. Vulcan was so skilled at his craft that even the king honored him. His steel blades were the best in the entire kingdom, and warriors often had to wait for months to get their swords done. On average, he spent about 5 days to make each piece to perfection. Vulcan was the go-to guy whenever anyone needed a perfect sword, and his reputation was unrivaled in all of the land. His title as the best blacksmith went unchallenged for over 15 years, and it was every young man's dream to become Vulcan. Amongst those that took interest in Vulcan's craft was a young inventor, Frost. Although largely unrecognized, Frost was always looking out for ways to get things done faster and more efficiently. His research on blacksmithing led him to another town, where he understudied another blacksmith who ran things on autopilot. This blacksmith had a large workshop and produced 10 times the same quantity that Vulcan produced in 5 days. Production was simultaneously handled by 7 other employees. After understudying this blacksmith for 12 months, Frost journeyed back to his town and decided to set up his own business. He started employing 10 other skilled blacksmiths and automated some of his processes. In no time, he became the go-to guy for most blacksmithing jobs. Although the quality of Frost's blades were not necessarily better, they came faster and sold cheaper. Within 5 years, Frost had expanded his production to 5 other towns, becoming a very wealthy man in Denmark. Whilst I may have made up this story from the top of my head, the same scenario plays out every day in life. The sad reality is that there are many skilled engineers, software developers, doctors, and professionals in general who may never become wealthy, or more appropriately, who may never become millionaires. What do you think would happen if Vulcan became sick? His entire production will come to a halt, and for the period of his illness, he won't have any income. Frost, on the other hand, can afford to take some days off, because whether he is there or not, production will go on. Bringing this illustration to more modern times, do you know that the CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, makes around $2,489 per second, even when he is asleep? Although the billionaire's annual salary is around $81,000, he still makes more than what a median US worker makes in 1 week in a second. The bulk of his wealth comes from Amazon shares. This is a perfect example of a passive income source. Once set up, a passive income source will keep paying whether you are there or not. In most cases, it will require minimal input from you after the initial work. You don't have to be a Jeff Bezos, a Bill Gates, or a Warren Buffett to make passive income. Even though these guys seem to be in a league of their own, you can still make a significant sum from passive income. Here's what you need to know. Building a business or income source around your physical availability is limiting. Just like Vulcan, you may be able to rise to prominence through your active income source. You may become the best in your department or region, but what happens when you leave? Will you still be making money? By default, there is a cap on how far you can grow and how much you can earn as an employee. Wealthy people know this, and that is why they get others to do their job. They make their money work for them. Creating a passive income source is definitely not the easiest thing to do. However, it is the best thing to do if you think about your future and financial security. Whilst there is the uncertainty that comes with failing or losing your investment, you can prevent this by doing some quality research. One of the best pieces of financial advice from billionaire Warren Buffett is that you should never invest in what you don't understand. This is a pitfall that I see many individuals dive into. Frost, in our story, spent 12 months understudying a blacksmith. There is every chance that he would have failed if he didn't do this. It is important that you do some research before making any investment decision. If possible, seek the advice of a financial expert. I know a handful of guys who jumped on the cryptocurrency train in late 2017 when Bitcoin and other digital assets were hitting their all-time highs. In less than a month, most of them sold their assets at a loss because the market took a nosedive. In addition to doing your own research, you must understand that passive income is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Any stream of income that promises a 100% ROI in 3 weeks or even 12 months is definitely a Ponzi scheme, and its model is unsustainable. To build a truly passive income, you need to build a system that is independent of your time or presence. You need to look for a way to automate your work processes. In the 1910s, Henry Ford became a billionaire by revolutionizing the assembly line. Production of cars went from taking several months to being assembled in less than 2 hours. Today, there are hundreds of investment options to choose from when it comes to passive income. From real estate to dropshipping, affiliate marketing, YouTube content creation, app development, and e-commerce. The list is simply endless. The difference between Vulcan and Frost was that while Vulcan built his entire business around his efforts and skills, Frost built a business that could run without him. Don't forget to gather adequate knowledge before you invest.